Through Swords, we've done several surveys, and we're fairly certain and fairly accurate with the numbers that there's at least 4,000 homeless veterans in the Bay Area. The housing program that I operate has a total census of 20. So that's hardly a drop in a bucket to deal with the need. And we looked at San Diego. They did a stand down in San Diego. We found a strong need to replicate it here to at least try to make some intervention in the lives of the 3,700 veterans that we're just not getting to.
A lot of the vets here have three problems. They're homeless, they have an addiction of some type, and they have a mental illness of some type. And most of the mental illness started when they came back to America, or what they had to face when they got back here. And they were never given or help get the tools to deal with these problems on a day-to-day basis.
In simplest terms, there's a population of people who don't necessarily find us. They become casualties in the society and they've been pushed out. So they're not sure what pieces of it they can trust. And by having something like Stand Down, where we announce that they're going to be friendly, they give an opportunity for institutions like ourselves to get to them.
The Bay Area Homeless Veterans Stand Down was organized by Swords to Plowshares, a veterans' rights organization based in San Francisco, and the Veterans Assistance Center in Berkeley. Volunteer staff from governmental agencies, community-based organizations, and private industry coordinated their efforts to provide assistance to an estimated 600 veterans during the three-day event.
Three different parts of the VA are here today. First is the benefits office, which I'm with, and our job is to provide benefits information to veterans and also to provide the benefits themselves, which are benefits such as compensation, pension, the GI Bill education program, the GI home loan program. Those are all benefits programs that are run out of my office. That's the first part. The second part is the VA Medical Center, San Francisco is here, and they're set up in the gymnasium and providing medical services to vets. The third area of the VA that's here are the vet centers, and they provide psychological counseling to veterans that might need it, so they're here as well.
Stand Down's new to us. We talked to San Diego about their experience. They had 4 years worth of experience with a Stand Down, and San Francisco is a different town than San Diego, so we had to set up a model that we felt would work for us. And San Diego worked very closely with the military and the Navy, and the Navy medics were very familiar with dealing with acute, stuck out at sea kind of medical care. And in San Francisco, we didn't basically have that kind of experience. So what we tried to do was anticipate from their experience what homeless veterans would need in terms of acute medical care and then referral to the community. If you're homeless, you don't have a place to sleep and to eat. And so if you spend all of your time trying to find a place to sleep and eat, you can't avail yourself of social services and medical services. So here, the vet can come in and have those basic needs taken care of, be pampered in as small a way as we're pampering, and then hook them up to the appropriate medical and social services.
We're very concerned about employment for veterans and what is happening to veterans, and we have been. Our department, Employment Development Department, has a real commitment to trying to serve veterans, and we're just very pleased and proud to be part of the first Stand Down in the Bay Area, and we have met our commitment by having a number of our staff participate. They're here providing the veterans with information about job openings. They're going to be working in a workshop setting, providing information on where to go to get more information, how to go about getting jobs. We're helping in any way that we can, and we're just real pleased to be able to be here.
We're here primarily to support the Stand Down. We've been recruiting. Several of the EDD offices have made extensive efforts to get homeless veterans here so that the services can be provided for them. We have a large staff here that's meeting with them one-on-one, and we're able to talk about the services that are available to them, how we can help them return to work, to find employment, to obtain the services that they need through EDD.
We have a lot of people who, from their outward appearance, would indicate that they may not be employable. But after you talk to them, you talk about what they've done, what skills they actually have, you'll find there's a real difference in your interpretation.
Although most of the services provided at Stand Down are available every day of the week, what makes the Stand Down concept successful is that it brings these services together at one location. In addition to temporary food and shelter, participants could get almost any assistance they needed, from haircuts to legal counseling to photo IDs.
We're providing an ID card, a chance to get a piece of identity proof that you don't necessarily have if you're homeless and on the street. That's proven successfully in San Diego, at least, to be one way of getting the kind of identification you needed in order to establish an entitlement to GA, just as one example. It's also something you can show a cop that hopefully he will not thereafter hassle you.
One of the major needs Stand Down attempted to meet was for clothing.
We've had just a lot of support from Levi Strauss, some other clothers throughout the Bay Area to come up with new clothes as well as some used clothes. For veterans out there on the street, shoes, some warm clothing, especially socks, are just very critical.
I'm here today. I'm one of the group leaders, and I also came today so that I could access certain services that I need. I'm going to make an attempt to get my discharge upgraded, and I think that it would help me a great deal in stabilizing my life. Tomorrow morning there is going to be a legal presentation, and I understand it's going to deal with the issue of upgrading my discharge. One of the things I'm finding that I'm connecting myself with veterans here who have upgraded their discharges, and they've made referrals for me, and just making a connection and receiving support, because I felt kind of hopeless, like there's no hope for me in upgrading my discharge, because the government doesn't want to provide me with access to those services. But I have received some valuable support here, and I'm going to make an attempt to upgrade my discharge.
One of the highlights of Stand Down was entertainment provided by well-known performer Country Joe McDonald.
Well, come on, Wall Street, don't be slow. Why, man, this is war a go-go. There's plenty good money to be made, supplying the army with the tools of the trade. Just up and pray they drop the bomb. They're dropping on the Viet Cong, and it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for?
There's a lot of veterans out in the streets. In other words, a lot of VA clinics are closed. A lot of the services that was provided for the veterans are no longer there. They put them on the streets. So if anything I can do, that's why I'm here today, to give them a helping hand. It doesn't even hit the surface. You can't do a lot of things in 3 days, so you need time. 3 days is just moving on. It's like we did this for 3 days and it's a big bang. It's not a big bang because you can't accomplish your goals in 3 days. You need time to prepare to set these goals, but they will never be met in 3 days. It's impossible.
People say that Stand Down is only a 3-day event. That's true. We're not a 3-day event. We planned it, we've worked on it, we're putting it on, and we'll be here after Stand Down. We will create a journal from this. We will know how many veterans we served, what services were most utilized, what services were underutilized. We'll go through an evaluation period and work on a bigger and more successful Stand Down. Stand Down originated with the VVA chapter in San Diego 3 years ago, and it was an idea that really captured the veterans community and has become very successful. And more importantly than anything else, I believe, is it's veterans helping veterans.
The participants have been outstanding. With a minimum amount of supervision, we've had 600 people here.
No problems.
And no problems. And that's what this calls for. It's called participation by all the parties involved, especially by the participants. So this has been a great event.
I believe that we have kind of a rousing success, considering it's our first year.
And you think we're going to try and do it again next year?
Of course. Bigger and better.
Next time, I hope they change the name to Stand Up. Because we're tired of standing down. We want to stand up sometime.